In this lecture, we'll take a look at how we can work with HTTPS protocol in ASP.NET Core. So as we are aware that for modern websites, HTTPS is of grave importance, and that is the reason why ASP.NET Core 2.0 has HTTPS enabled by default. So here you can see that in our application, this enable SSL option is enabled by default, and here it is running on a different port, 44354. So this has, in the local environment as well, has got a particular security certificate file which it uses to enable this feature on the local development environment. Now, how the HTTPS works with ASP.NET Core can be seen over here in this diagram. So let's say you have a server, IIS server. On that we can go ahead and install the certificate, so whenever any request with the HTTPS comes in, it takes care of that. Now if I have some kind of load balancer or reverse proxy, in that case what we do is we install the certificate on the load balancer or reverse proxy, and then the reverse proxy further connects with the application code using HTTP and headers. These headers are known as forwarded headers, and the application code then executes and returns the data back to the reverse proxy, and it serves the data back to the user's browser. So when I was mentioning headers, that means we were talking about some forwarded headers. So these are some of the forwarded headers that can be taken into consideration when you are forwarding the request from a reverse proxy to the application code. First one being forwarded for with the IP address, or forwarded for with host, that is host name like example.com, google.com, something of that sort, and then forwarded protocol as HTTPS. Now in our startup.cs file, if we are hosting it on Windows machine with IIS server, then we don't have to do anything. But if our proxy or load balancer is other than IIS server, in that case we'll have to make use of app.useForwarded headers, and then we can just mention what are the forwarded headers we are targeting, like xforwarded for and xforwarded proto. And you also have to notice that this middleware call will come just after the exception block and much before use MVC or use authentication block. So using this, we can redirect or forward the request from a load balancer or reverse proxy to our application code, and then the application code will take care of the request, sends back the data back to the reverse proxy or load balancer, and then the reverse proxy or load balancer will transfer that data to the browser as shown earlier in the diagram.